Algebra half, lesson 122, lesson page 388. Okay, this one is called permutations. Permutations, great word, permutations. You've never heard it before in your life, I'll bet. Permutations are how many choices we have when we have several different things. How could we arrange them? Okay, let's just pretend like there's a couple of books in this room. Let's say I have 6 books. There's 6 books right here. And I have a shelf I'm going to put them on. How many different ways could I arrange them? You know, I could have this one first, this one second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, like this. Or I could put this one first, this one second, this one third, this one fourth, this one fifth. How would I figure out how many different ways I could arrange them if I wanted to? How many choices there are there? That number, that answer is called a permutation. All right? So what you do is this. Well, we have all 6 books. We could put any of the 6 here. So there's 6 books we could put there, right? Now, once I've used a book, there's 5 left. Once I've used those 2 books, now there's only 4 left, then 3, then 2, and then 1. The way I find out how many that is you multiply them together. Okay? Sometimes this makes some pretty big numbers. Let's just do this. Right here you have 6 times 6 times 20. Y'all get that? 6 times 6 is 36 times 20. 36 times 20. That's going to be 72. Times 1, really don't care. So what this is, there's 72 permutations of this numbers. If I have 6 things, how many ways could I arrange them in a row? Okay? So the way you'd write this, so this is kind of weird. It looks like this, 6 explanation point, 6 permutations, 6 things. How many different ways can I arrange them? So the permutation of 6 is 72. Now I want to show you something else here real quick. Let's say I have 6 books, okay? I have 6 books, but I'm only going to use 3 of them. Okay, I have 6 books that I can use, right? So out of those 6 books, I have 6 choices to put in. I'm only going to use 3. How many different ways can I line up 3 in a row using 6 books? Well, I have 6 I could put here. Once I've done that, I have 5 left. Once I've done that, I have 4 left. Okay, so the permutation of 6 taken 3 at a time is 6 times 5 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. I have a feeling I did something wrong here. Wow. I know you're all screaming at me through the video. 6 times 6 is 36 times 20. 36 times 20. There's a 0. 720 different ways I could arrange them. I'm sorry. Thought, man, that's not very many. So, but what I have here is I have 20 times 6. 20 times 6. Okay, 6 times 2 is 12 with a 0 on the end. So if I have 6 books, I have 6 total, taking 3, and I'm just going to use 3 of them. 6 books, 3 at a time. The permutation for that, there's 120 different ways to do it. Does that make sense a little bit? Okay, it's very easy to do. However many you have, and if you're doing all of them, if I had 8, I'd start with 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Multiply all those together. If I had 8 things, taken 4 in a row. If I'm just using 4 of them, so if I have 8 objects, I'd start with 8, and then I'd have 7, I'd have 6, and I'd have 5. And that would be the 8 things taken 4 in a row. Or, if I continued on down, that would be the total. It'd be a lot, and I don't want to do it. Check this out. I don't know if you ever thought about this before or not. Your little locks that you use for your lockers. A lot of you use a combination lock. I'm looking out there at Leanne's locker. She has a purple combination lock, all right? Now, I don't know. I think you guys have like 50 numbers around there. I'm not sure. This one here has 27 different numbers. All right, when you do it, you do one number, doesn't matter, 16. And then you go backwards and forwards and all that, and then you stop at your next number, which could be 23. and you stop at your next number, which I'm going to be is 2. This is our combination, 16, 32, 16, 23, 2. You know, you go to 16, you go back past it to 23, and you go over there to 2, you click it, you open, you get your books out. So what's the permutation? How many would we have to go through to guess that by trying all of them until we found this one? Well, here's what you do. There's 27 numbers on here. So there's 27 numbers. We're going to take 3 at a time. So first of all, we could use any of the 27 numbers. Now, we're going to say we cannot repeat the number. So for the next one, we're going to have 26. Now that I've used those 2, I can't use it again. I'd have times 25. That's a fairly large number, okay? If you were to run that out with your calculator, oh, there's my calculator. So this would actually be, let's do this. 27 times 26 times 25. That would be 17,550 possible combinations on your locker. And your lockers go up to, I think, 40 or 50 numbers. So there's a lot of combinations. It would take you like forever to guess this. All right, so this is permutations. If it's just a straight permutation, however many you have, you've used the first, and this is without repeating, okay? So it'd be 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That's the whole thing. If I had these 6, and I'm only going to take 3 at a time, I have 6, I have 5, I have 4, multiply that out. Over here, I have 3, and I have 27 total, 3 in a row. You'd multiply it out, okay? Pretty fun. And the nomenclature for this, the symbol, is that little explanation point, okay? Yeah, I won't go any further than that.